Hello everyone, welcome to another Power BI DAX related tutorial on our channel. And in this video, we are learning about related function in Power BI DAX. So in Power BI, the related function is used to fetch related value from another table and it works within a row. So a simple DAX syntax for that will be related and the column from the related table that you want to retrieve. So first of all, I'll open Power BI. In Power BI, I will open, let's open a new connection here. And in order to understand relational structure or in order to understand how the related function will work, we will use XAMPP here. You can use any other data set that has related tables. So we are using XAMPP to run MySQL, and here Apache and MySQL are running, and because of which we have the PHP MyAdmin, and in PHP MyAdmin we have the trading database. In the trading database, we have products table, which is information of all the products that we have. So we have chai, chang, any seed, syrup, and so on. We have these products, and every product has a category ID and a supplier ID. So here you can see categories, and here you can see suppliers. So with the help of a join, we will be able to first join these tables, create a relationship between them, and then we will use the related function. In order to do that, we will get data here, click on get data. And since we want to connect to a MySQL database, so we will simply type MySQL here and it will open a MySQL server. So when your MySQL database is running on localhost, you will see a server. So your server will be 127.0.0.1. You can also type localhost here. So this is our server. So I will just type localhost. Let's type localhost. And the port is 80 in my case. So you can ignore the port. And the database that we want to connect is TradingDB. Okay, here you can see the database that I want to connect is TradingDB. Now, in this database, we'll open the advanced. If you want to, you know, run any SQL query, you can do that. Otherwise, you can click OK. And yes, now it is giving us username and password. Now we will connect. So it has to give us username and password. And now you can see the connection is made. In this table, we will select suppliers, products, and categories. So we will load these tables. You can see all these tables have proper columns. Suppliers have supplier ID, company name, contact name. Products have product ID, product name, supplier ID. And category has category ID, category name, and description. We will load these three tables, and it will take some time to read the data because it is coming from a server. And now you can see the three tables here. Now we'll go into the relationship view, and in relationship view you can see the relationship is already created. If it was not created, we would have created it. Otherwise, you can see. So if the column names are properly matched and if the SQL relationship is defined properly, it happens. Otherwise, it is very simple. What you have to do is you have to manage relationships, and you can create a new relationship. From here, you can select the table, which column, for example, category ID is related to product tables category ID. So we have already done a video where we have explained relating more than 5, 6 tables in one relation. So we can do that. Now, once we have done that, let's go back to our description of related. So relation, how it works. Relationships. Related relies on existing relationship between tables in your data model. There must be relationship between the table you are working in and the table from which you want to retrieve the data. So as you can see in our case, we have a table which falls in between, which is the products table. It has supplier ID and category ID. Okay, so we can get the data. So we can say that supplier is the related table, categories is the related table. Okay, and we can also use in row context. So related operates in a row context, meaning it evaluates on row by row basis within the table where it is used. So imagine you have two tables, sales and products. So they are giving example of sales and product, where we have order ID, product ID, quantity, and sales amount. And then we have product ID, product name, and category, and price. So here you can see in these two cases, the product ID is common, right? So in these two tables, product ID is common. That's why related will work. Okay. So here we they have created a calculated column with the help of related. So the calculated column, go to the sales table, create a new calculated column. So related products, product name. So here they are creating a calculated column in the sales table. Okay. In the sales table, there is no product name. Let's go to our case. So in our case, you can see that we have three tables, categories, products, and suppliers. And we already discussed that these three tables are already related with each other. Okay, it came by default. Or you can also create the relationship. So just go to the view, and what you have to do in your view, take any table. So for example, in the products table, we have the category ID. Let's see the table. So in the products table, you can see we have the product name, we have the category ID, but we don't have any column that shows the name of category name, right? That chai belongs to beverages, chang belongs to what. So we don't have those names. How can we create that name? So just go here and create a new calculated column. Remember, related works as a for calculated columns. So you have to be very careful whether you have to read the description of that particular function, that it works for a column or a measure or a calculated table. So here we will call it category name. So we'll call this column a category name. It's not an aggregation. It will actually row by row return names of those categories, right? So category name will be, and we'll use related, and in related you have the name of all the related columns. So we will pick categories, category name. Okay. So by this simple method, it will create a new column in the products table, which will be a calculated column, hence fx is written here. And when you will go, you will see category name. Okay. So that way you will be able to understand which product belongs to which category name. So this is the same way where we used to apply joins in SQL, and by applying joins in SQL we used to create views, and in those views we used to create these columns. Right, this is one way of doing it. So this will create a calculated column. Similarly, we also have supplier ID here. So we can add the name of supplier here, because adding the name of suppliers and the name of category will make sense in this case, right? Because in category you don't want to add all the products. If you want to do that, you can create a calculated column there also. So in products, that once again, let's go to view. In products, once again, create a new column, and this column will be called supplier name, and we will write related, and Here we'll write the supplier's company name or contact name, whatever you want to write. So it is supplier's company name by which we remember them. And this will again create another column there. And now what we can do, we can create a simple table, although we can do it with the help of related tables also. But from within this table, let's get this. And the columns that we will drag from the products table is product name, its unit price, its category name, and its suppliers. And this way we can analyze the table, right? That Alice mutton, which has a unit price of $39, belongs to meat and poultry category, and it is provided by Pavlova Limited. So this way you can create a view and you can export this data. You export this data and give it to your manager or whoever wants this data to analyze. So this is a simple way of creating uh, and using the related function in Power BI DAX.